Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review a movie called Open Water 3 Cage Dive. And before I get started, I don't give I do uh, spoiler free reviews, no spoiler, but I have to say something. There's one, one thing at the very end of this film that scared the absolute piss out of me. One thing. See, I'm sounding like my dad now. Dad's like, that scared the piss out of me. I remember we were watching Minority Report. I can't remember those girls that saw the future. They were like the Watchers or something. I can't remember what they were, but I mean they were all like laying down. I think Tom Cruise was in there, and all of a sudden one like grabbed his shoulder. My dad said, "Jesus Christ, you scared the piss out of me!" I started laughing. That's something my dad would say. Like he passed away like a little over 2 years ago, sadly. Well, anyways, please watch the whole video. The fact that something scared me at the very end, is it worth you watching this whole film? Okay, that's what I want to say. And I'll give you my when I'm done with this review, I'll give my opinion of the other two open water movies. Now I guess that because of the success of The Shallows and then 47 Meters Down, which was I mean a good movie but not a great film. Uh, it did okay. I said it was a successful film, but I don't know if it was. It was supposed to go direct to video, and then they decided to just throw it in theaters back in June, I think, middle of June, and released this movie. There's things very similar to this and 47 meters down with them doing cage diving with sharks. Well, anyways, this starts out where they were talking about this thing that happened. It said like there's graphic violence in this film, or warning of graphic violence in this footage. And this it kind of like airs like something from Shark Week, except uncensored, where it's like a whole story revolving, and they find this camera at the bottom of the ocean, and it's the whole movie revolving around this found footage that they found in the ocean, and they talk about exactly what happened in to these people that they were in Australia. Great white sharks are popular there, or prevalent there, and they're in this boat and they go they go deep sea diving to experience the sharks. And suddenly had a giant wave capsizes the boat, and then they're all out of the water. And they have like news footage saying what happened. I said I don't know if these people survived. I don't know what happened to them or anything like that. And they show like these people going out to look for him. It said like 1 week later, and they found that the camera all beaten up at the bottom, wedged in between some coral reef, and they took it out and they found an SD card. That's probably what'll happen. Like underwater camera and stuff like that, the camera be all beat up, and they have that trusty SD card that will still be working. And they made a movie around a docu show about that, and they have like a guy narrating kind of, and then they start showing three people involved, or the two people involved, and it's like they wanted to film like a 7 minute audition type thing for like YouTube, or audition thing for like a show about like extreme adventures. I can't remember, just called Just Go For It or something like that. And he said we're about to go to Australia to do something really extreme, and we're gonna go cage diving with great white sharks in Australia. And they talk about to show the girl in there. And apparently there's like a love triangle between her and this guy in Australia too. The guy in Australia was gonna propose to him, and she was in love with the other guy. And they go in the boat, and then you know what's going to happen because they tell you what's going to happen, and then they fill in little bits of pieces with people that uh, are still around. I mean, it's really they give away. The movie fills in its own blanks. It builds has absolutely no suspense, and then when it finally gets to the part where they capsize and then the people are on the water, you pretty much know what's going to happen. They have a couple. They have a good CD, not CD. What the hell am I talking? FX shot with like a guy with his face kind of like that through the thing, and then a guy gets attacked. Um, and basically it's just them flopping around, and no real suspense, no real build up, no real nothing. Some people I saw a review and they said it takes a while to get going. It's a slow burn. Uh, It's not like The Witch, which I liked, which a lot of people hated. I mean, there is no slow burn because they tell you everything. They fill in all the blanks. It lets you off the hook. And then they'll have like them in their situation, then they'll have someone else narrating saying, well, yeah, I'm so sad. I mean, about like the special that they filmed. It's like all over the place. They find a life raft. I don't want to give any more away. But I was about ready to completely write off this film, give it a 1.5 because it sucked. But, I mean, like I said, there was like one or two parts that were okay. The part at the very, very end scared the crap out of me, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. Now, is it worth watching? No. No. I mean, you could probably see that they probably show that little scary bit in the trailer or something like that, which I didn't see beforehand. I just found out about this movie about 8 o'clock. I watched it. It came out this year. And it's weird. And also the title of the production company called Just One More Productions. Like, yeah, just one more sequel. That kind of like, kind of doesn't get you enthused with the movie either. I think the Open Water series is completely done. It might have just been called Cage Dive before, and then I guess Lionsgate decided to do the Open Water treat. I'm not sure about that. Because excess of like, especially the shallows, and then to a lesser degree, 47 meters down, which I thought was much better than this. Not a great film, but I mean better than this, and very disorientating. This was disorientating, but I mean just where they showed like the bits of the special, then the people's bits of the special, then the footage of found footage, the lost footage. And it's just all over, but it's like filled all its blanks in if you had any just feelings of suspense or anything like that. So, I mean, I thought it was a waste of time. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It goes by pretty quick. I would never watch it again. I mean, I had a big scare at the end of the film that made me jump, but it's not worth your time. I wouldn't waste my time doing it. But like I said, that took it from like a 1.5 to a 3, so it had that. Now, as far as the other two open water films, I remember hearing about Open Water from Rue Morgue back in 2003, 2004. I think that's when it came out. And I liked the first Open Water movie. I liked it real well. Now, this was very much like, Open Water 3 is very much like Open Water, the first one, but Open Water told a simple story, and it's really messed up story, too. I mean, they really felt helpless. These ones, the people in this one, they didn't really give away enough. You couldn't get behind his characters or anything. Yeah, I didn't care for it, but I mean, the original Open Water I really liked, and the second one, I know a lot of people hated the first Open Water too. I'm sure people hate this one, the third one. I think a lot of people hated the second Open Water because it wasn't really sharks in that one. I saw that on Netflix, and what happened was, I watched it with Dad, and that was about people on this. I don't know if it was a little mini yacht or something like that, and they all. And they had like a family, and they had a little baby on there too. And I guess they all decided for a swim, and they all jumped in. No one decided that they thought that someone was still on board, and no one was on board except for the baby. And they couldn't get back on board. There was no like ladder or something like that, and that was a very tense situation because that baby, he was sleeping at the time, and then he started crying because he was hungry or he wanted his diaper changed. Like, will you guys please get on the boat and take care of that baby? I felt terrible for the baby in that movie. There was actually, that was a good movie, but the stuff with the baby crying, I couldn't watch it. It was tough watching. I saw it with my dad. My dad felt the same way. That's a one-time view too, but I liked the movie. It was a different idea, but I mean, I think it was a little bit of a bait and switch using the Open Water just to bank on that. You know what I mean? Because it had nothing to do with sharks or anything like that. That was a good one too, but I mean, I think a lot of people didn't like that one either. I felt bad for the baby though, but I mean, I don't want to give anything away on that one either. The baby's okay. They ain't gonna hurt a baby in a movie. But I felt bad when the baby was crying. My dad did too. It was like, will you guys take care of that baby? I felt awful. But I got into that movie too. This one, no. Just the ending got me. And that was it. Like I said, it's not worth your time watching this. I hope Tony sees this thing. He sent me a thumbnail for it, so I can post up the review for this one. But that's been my review of Open Water 3 Cage Dive. I mean, I give the first Open Water probably 9 out of 10. I give the second Open Water an 8 out of 10. I like those ones. Like I said, I might as well give them a rating too. But I mean, I saw these way before I had a channel. Like when Open Water, I remember buying it on DVD. And with the second one, I heard the second one come out. I was like, crap. I'm glad I didn't buy it. I saw it on FearNet. Yeah, eventually, a few years after. I'm glad I did. I didn't want to see a movie with a baby crying and stuff like that. But I did see it that one time, and it's a good film. But it's tough with the scenes with the baby and stuff, you know. But that's my review of Open Water 3 Cage Dive. Please check out Me and B Designs. They have a real cool shirt of mine, the Take Care of My Legion shirt that's selling pretty well. And as always, please, everybody, please take care of my Legion. I hope you like the shark movie review. Like I said, I thought 47 meters down was much better, but not perfect. And this one, if they would have took the scare and tried to, if they would have tried to a little harder, tried it differently, try not to give so much away with a story that you keep guessing and stuff like that, what's going to happen. That last part was a complete surprise. If they would have had a bunch of surprises, it could have been a good movie, but nah, it was just kind of like a cash grab. I didn't care for it. So a 3 out of 10 for Open Water 3 Cage Dive. So until, like I said, until next time, take care, my Legion.